Dean, Jonathan, Christie. Hey, congratulations! Second season of the Ark. I've been waiting so long to watch this next season because it's so riveting. I don't know. There's just something about it, but we have to hear it from you. It's what do you think is the secret to success for the Ark thus so far?
Those two. Those two.
The characters. I mean, I have to say, I think that on any successful show, it's all about the characters. And I think we've got a great bunch of, I mean, we've written some interesting characters and we've cast some great actors to expand upon those characters and make them even more dimensional. And I think the audience cares about them and want to invite them in their home every week. And I think that's a big key for any show, whether it's science fiction or not. And then plot-wise, there's just so many surprises. You never know what's coming. And I think that's makes it a lot of fun for people.
Any theories, Dean?
You know, in season one, while there was a lot of action and they had a lot of disasters they had to overcome, it was really focused on people who were not ready to do jobs in leadership who suddenly had to do it. And I think that for the audience, that was really touching. They could see themselves. What if I was thrust into this position? Would I rise to the occasion? And, you know, for us going into season two, it's like, okay, they've proven their mettle. They've proven what they can do. What are they going to do with it? And it gets really fun. You know, it's like season one, we grew up with them. And now we get to see them as these new roles that they've taken on. And it becomes a lot of fun to watch them go there. And it was a lot of fun for us to write it.
Well said, well said. Christie, I'm going to throw this question to you because this is the first time I didn't speak to you without Reece or Richard, you know, being there in person.
It's true. It's true.
So, speaking of characters, how do you enjoy Sharon in this new role of being in charge rather than, you know, sort of this shared responsibility type of situation of the Ark?
I think she still is sharing the responsibility in the sense that, like, we have a council and everyone votes for the things that they're going to do. But at the end of the day, if she has to make a decision, she'll make it for the greater good of humanity and for everyone's survival, essentially. But I think this season we get to see her not always in a role of leadership. And that's all I'm going to say. And I'm just really excited for the audience to see her in different situations where maybe she puts down her leadership hat for a little bit.
Well said. You're not just teasing us because Dean and Jonathan's in the room, right?
I mean, no.
Dean, Jonathan, you know, as you mentioned before, you know, this is a character-based show, but you know, I find season two, you're taking a different tactic because you're introducing, as we fall in love with the characters from season one, now you're introducing more characters. It seems like more characters are getting promoted per se. Could you tell us about taking this route for season two?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's always interesting to throw new people into the mix with the old people because it mixes things up. And we find out that the people that we did bring on board have knowledge of some of our people that really shake up the chemistry between everybody. And that's always fun to do because a lot of secrets are revealed and surprises unfold partially because of those people who know about it that join us.
There's certain assumptions that I think the audience has had about the world that we're living in on the show and, you know, where everybody came from. And through these other characters and through these very surprising stories that Jonathan has written, the very foundation of what we believed the show was from gets shaken up this year. And I think that really just opens up what we can do on this show.
That's amazing. So you're saying there are still more secrets. All the secrets still haven't been revealed yet.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. We're
at the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, you're not gonna expect any of them, and like there's so many. And I'm sure if we get a season 3, there'll be so many more to come.
As part of this project, because the Ark has such a loyal and dedicated fan base, do you guys ever read the fan theories on social media? And do you ever have that instance when going, gosh, either that's a good idea or that's spot on?
I do sometimes lurk in the fan sites, but it's rare that what you just said happens. More often, I'll read their guesses as to what's to come, and it always tickles me when they're right and when they're wrong, because I know how surprised they're going to be, and I love reading their reactions after they see the answers to their questions. If that helps.
I think it's less about the story ideas they come up with, but more about what they want to feel. And when we start to get this understanding of the things they want to feel from our show, and that does inform us. But I would say story-wise, we never want to go where they think it's going if we can avoid it.
And of course, one of the amazing thing about season 2 is that you have I want to say, is it a new production set, or you just basically retooled your old production set for season 2?
We retooled the existing set and improved it quite a bit. We've also started using some new visual effects technologies this season that weren't available last season, that have upped the game on the visual effects a lot. It's enabled us to actually go to some other planets. It's enabled us to do some set extensions on some of our sets to make them look bigger. It's been pretty cool.
We got some really cool toys to play with this year.
Yeah.
You know that giant volume screen that they had on Mandalorian? We got one.
And I know I asked this in the past before, but are we going to get aliens, like aliens on this show?
Yeah.
We'll see. We will probably never do Star Trek aliens, guys in rubber suits, and never say never, maybe in season 4 or 5, but this isn't that kind of show. This isn't, but we will do some, what might really be out there, things that are not what we would expect. I mean, like last season, we did the virus, for example.
Most excellent. And one more thing before I let you guys go. Will there ever be an episode where nothing actually goes wrong and everything is just fine and they just, eat lunch or something like that?
That'd be
Absolutely.
amazing.
This whole season actually is that.
We're just eating lunch.
We're on our we start in the worst mess we've ever been in, ship-wise. But from there, we fix it and we progress and we find solutions. And this year is much less the disaster of the week and much more, okay, we got past that hurdle. Now let's keep going. Oh, look at this interesting science fiction thing we stumbled upon. It's very different this season in that regard.
And I think the characters are better at their jobs now. Like they at first were like, I'd never done this before. And I think they have confidence now in the disasters, which maybe necessarily they don't feel like disasters anymore.
Well said. And plus, what other sci-fi show that actually have where they remodel the bathroom on a spaceship? I mean, that's
it's important. It's important. Because what if we run into aliens and they need a bathroom, after they eat the lunch?
That is true. So everyone, thank you very much for speaking to us about the Ark season 2. I can't wait for people to check it out, as I am too a fan of the show. Thank you very much.
Thank you.